Oh, seem to be live. Let me go over here. Oh, Divinely Classic is live. Got it. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Fit Fam. Hello, everybody. I've just decided to start early, just to let people come in. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Let me try to share. We're starting 2 p.m., but I've decided to start earlier just to do the technicalities. Oh. Okay, yeah. Well, I can see. I can see. Let me share. Please, if you are here, kindly share. Kindly share, invite people to come. We have a very, very interesting topic that we will be discussing today. We have a very interesting topic. I'm trying to share now. Please send the link out, share. Let's get more people on board so people can join this interesting topic. And what do you think about it? What do you think about being slim versus being healthy? When we say slim, people that haven't got really much fat mass in their body. Do you think they are healthy? Do you think they are not healthy? Sorry, I'm trying to share. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm trying to share just to get more people in and like just dragging because it's actually starting 2 o'clock. Starting 2 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining. I can see we've got some people here already. Thank you so much. Give me a thumbs up and hello. Thank you so much for joining. Just gonna be, if you can hear me, I just need to know that you can hear me. I need to know that you can hear me. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, please. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I think people can hear. Yes, oh, thank you. You can hear. Thank you so much, Sister Oluwakemi Korede Amobioya. I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Kindly help us share. We want more people to come in and, let's discuss this topic because a lot of people think that when you are slim, you don't need to exercise. People think when you are, it's only people that are big or fat or whatever that needs to exercise. So we need to discuss that. Is that true? Is that true that you don't need to exercise because you haven't got much visible body fat? Because that's what we'll be discussing today. As we go on, I'm going to share my screen now. As we go on, we'll realize that sometimes not all fats are visible. Not all fats are visible. So the person wouldn't have much fat, but then they are very or might be very unhealthy because they've got the hidden fats in the body. Okay, yeah, it's exactly 2 o'clock. I was going to play some music, but that's not going to happen now because I want us to be very time conscious, do what we need to do when we need to do it. So can you see my screen? I'm sharing my screen now. If you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. If you can see my screen, thumbs up. I need to know if you can see my screen from beginning. So that's the topic that we'll be discussing today, slim versus healthy. Slim versus healthy. So where are you? Are you slim and healthy, or are you slim and unhealthy? As you can see this picture on the screen, it says being healthy versus being skinny. You know, we need to change our mindset that only when you're fat that you're unhealthy. Yes, obesity, you know, increases our risk of chronic illnesses, but likewise, when you are slim and you've got body fat in the wrong area, okay? So I'll move my screen now. My screen is not moving. It's got a life of its own, this screen. Okay, yeah, I think it's sorted now. Go to the next slide. Okay, and what we'll be doing today, oh, I didn't finish my table of contents. Anyway, we'll talk about the aims, why we are here today. We'll do the introduction. We talk about what we call visceral fat, which is a type of hidden fat, which a lot of people have, and they don't know that they have it. They have very unhealthy amount of visceral fat. And we'll talk about how do you know that you've got this fat, and what does it do to your body, the effect of this visceral fat on your body. And then we'll discuss, you know, just leave your comments in the comment section. I will read them. So we'll discuss, you know, does slim really mean healthy? Okay. And then there are other things that we will be talking about as we go on. I will start by saying that a study that was published in the Journal of American Medical Association said that 1 in 4 slim people, I should have put that, I think I mistake when I was typing. It says 1 in 4 slim people have pre-diabetes and are metabolically obese. And these are people that you will see, you say, oh, that person is not very fat, so they are healthy, but that is not true. At the end of this presentation today, this live video, I want our mindset to change, that not all slim people are healthy, you know, and the aim of this presentation or this live video today is to educate us that being skinny does not mean healthy. Just because you are skinny, it doesn't mean that you are healthy. And also to teach us so that we can understand the difference between what is called visceral fat and subcutaneous fat. These are two fats that we have in our body. We have different fats, but these are the mass of fats that we have in our body. And, you know, there's visceral, there's subcutaneous, depending on the location of the fat. Okay, and then we'll talk about the aim again of this presentation is to encourage us, to let us know the need for a healthy lifestyle choice, regardless of the size. Are you slim and you're saying, oh, I don't need to exercise, I don't need to eat right because I'm not losing weight? Today, you need to change your mindset, because regardless of your size, you need to exercise. You need to eat healthy. You need to make those healthier lifestyle choices. And I'll at this point disclaim and say, beg your pardon, this presentation is not aimed at encouraging people to gain more weight. No, that is not what we are doing today. We are not saying slim people are unhealthy. What we're saying is some slim people can be unhealthy. They can be unhealthy. Likewise, some people who are considered big or fat, they might be healthier than that slim person. So we are not saying go gain some more weight. That's not the point at all, okay? I will move on now, and I'll quickly do an introduction. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Divinely Classic, and you know how we roll. Here we do all things health and fitness. We encourage healthy living. We share our meal idea. We are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram, we're even on TikTok. So if you go to TikTok, look for our videos. Not very active on TikTok, but yes, we are there. And the main thing that we do in Divinely Classic is just to educate people on the need for self-care, taking care of yourself, doing your own bits to promote your general health, okay? And we educate, we teach. And like I said earlier, today's topic, there's this general myth that skinny people are healthy. And this is due to the recent rise in body dissatisfaction. You know, people that are big, you know, some people just don't like their body because they think that they are big. It's not the ideal body size. It's not the ideal weight. you know. But before you start admiring that very slim person, you need to ask yourself, is that person healthy? Has that person got some fats in the wrong area? Does that person have the essential nutrient that their body needs for day-to-day activities? You know, those are questions that you need to ask before you are being dissatisfied with your body. And again, the society, to be honest, doesn't really help. You know, when you look at magazines, you look at videos and adverts, and you see the slim people, you know, the models, you know, the tiny waist, which is good. Don't get me wrong, it's very good when you got reduced fat in your body, you know, but sometimes that doesn't mean that they are healthy. Again, I keep hammering on that. That's the point of this presentation today, you know. And again, current beauty standards tend to favor slimmer people. You know, when you go to the shop, you see pretty dresses, you see shoe sizes, you know, you go, oh, I want to get that shoe, and then it's a smaller size. So people tend to think that being small, being very, very skinny is the ideal body size. But, you know, it's not right. I don't know if there's any ideal body size, but what we want is for you to be healthy. What we want is, you know, when you go to the gym, sometimes you see some people on the plus side, and the exercise, their fitness level is up there. Their fitness level is up there, and they can do what you as that slim person cannot even do. And there's some slim people I've seen. Oh, my battery is going to go off. That's strange. Did you remove it? Remove the other one. Sorry, my battery is going off. Take the other one off. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. That's, oh, it's, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh. Can you hear me? Yes. English is just going on. I'm just trying to sort it out. I can see that, yeah, I can hear myself. The screen is changed. I apologize. I don't know what happened. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Thank you for the love, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear now. Yeah, thank you so much. We're back on my laptop. It was plugged and somebody took it off. So that's why my video is gonna. That's why we had that last. So I apologize. I apologize. Thank you so much for being patient. So yeah, back to where I was, you know, so we don't want people to start thinking that being slim means healthy. I was saying that you go to the gym, you see people that are on the plus size, they can exercise. You know, somebody that is on the plus size can actually run. Meanwhile, that very skinny, slim, sexy person, you can't even walk from here to there without you panting, you know, without you breathless. And, you know, that's a sign of, you know, your heart functioning. You know, it could also be a sign of iron deficiency anyway. So if you are slim, you are not exercising, then this message is for you. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. Okay, just to say, yeah, also about slender, how the society promotes slim people, the smaller waistline, and very little visible fat. That's where the problem is. That let little visible body fat, but there is a fat. And what is that fat called? That fat is called visceral fat. And that's one of the things we'll be expanding on today. Okay, you asked me what is visceral fat. You can see my screen. I've gone to the next slide now. Visceral fat is also called intra-abdominal fat. Okay, and this is a fat that is stored within the abdominal cavity. So I'll just show, if you can see the screen now, this, if you can see my cursor, this is subcutaneous fat. It's called subcutaneous fat, this fat here, which is the one directly under our skin. Okay, this is somebody's tummy now, obviously it's an image, but this is the fat directly under our skin. That is not the fat we are talking about. We are talking about this fat now. This is the visceral fat. So you can imagine somebody that hasn't got this fat, it will look as if that person has got slim tummy. If you can see, it will look as if that person has got a flat tummy, but then there is this hidden fat called visceral fat in the body. You can lose this, very easy to lose this subcutaneous fat, but the visceral fat is harder and it's even more dangerous to our body. Visceral fat is more dangerous than subcutaneous fat. Look at the position of it. It surrounds vital organs. You can see it surrounds the stomach, surrounds the liver, surrounds the intestine. That's this fat that we are talking about now. And what it's doing, the bigger it grows, the more it's crushing against the organs. And it's also, like on the third bullet point, you can see it is more dangerous to our health than subcutaneous fat, because there is evidence that the more visceral fat you have, the more production of certain proteins. There's a particular one called cytokines. And that cytokines is responsible for increased inflammation of tissues and organs in the body. And also this visceral fat also causes the increased production of another protein called angiotensin. And what this angiotensin does, it constricts blood vessels and thereby increasing your blood pressure. That's why you see some people, you know, you see slim people, they've got high blood pressure. You see slim people, they've got diabetes. You see slim people, they are very ill. You know, a lot of things are going on in their body, and you're wondering, oh, this person is supposed to be well because they are slim. But no, chances are that person might have a flat tummy. You might have a flat tummy, but you probably lost this subcutaneous fat. You have not lost or lose this visceral fat. However, the more subcutaneous fat that you lose, the lesser your visceral fat. We need to, we need to make that known. Oh, that's good. Sister Kemi, she said, my husband is a slim person, strong and healthy. That's very good. Well done to your husband. But the point is, being slim doesn't mean you shouldn't exercise. You still need to exercise. You still need to eat right. You still need to do the right things, live a healthy lifestyle. You still need to stop smoking. You still need to reduce or stop alcohol, because these are things that are not good for your body. You still need to watch out for your stress level, because it is not good for your body. Okay, thank you so much for that. So while I was researching, I read something that said, for people, with all due respect to people who go to do liposuction, where you do this, they take the fat out from the abdominal region, the fat that is, and this, I did loads of research on it. I saw this article, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was searching for different articles, and they all said the same thing. What did they say? The fat that is taken out, if you do those operations to suck the fat off, you cannot go past this point. Okay? So you can take this subcutaneous fat out, which is great, but if you have high visceral fat, which is even more dangerous, you can't take it out through liposuction. You still need to do your exercise. You still need to do your healthy living. So if you are a fan of surgery, that's fine, that's great for you, but just be aware that it's the outer fat that is being taken out of your body, not the visceral fat, which is even more dangerous for you. And there is, I saw something today. There is a research. Let me check my phone. Yeah, there is a research by Pimetto et al. 2019, which said, and there was another one that supports it, Benatti et al. 2012, which said that people that lose subcutaneous fats through liposuction are more likely to gain 10% more visceral fats. I don't know if that makes sense. This is not to scare anybody. This is not to say don't do your surgery if you want to know. But there is evidence that if you do your surgery and you lose the fats, in 6 months' time, you're going to gain more visceral fat. And the visceral fat is even more dangerous. It's more dangerous to the body than this subcutaneous fat. You know, subcutaneous fat is the fat directly under our skin, you can see. But then we tend to have more of them in our abdominal region because, you know, that place is just designed to have fats. That's why we even have the visceral fats there. You know, so that's just by the wayside. I wanted to point out about liposuction because I was thinking, okay, what if people say, yeah, I don't want this fat, and they go to do surgery? You know, sometimes some people need to do this surgery, especially when it is life-threatening, the obesity is too much. Yes, you do need to do it, but know that you are not taking away the visceral fat. You are taking away the subcutaneous fat. Okay, moving on, visceral fat, which is remember, visceral fat is the unseen fat, is the hidden fat. It's beneath the abdominal cavity. It's pressing, crushing against vital organs, against the liver, against the kidney, against the gallbladder, as you can see on the screen, against the colon, against the small intestine. That's what the visceral fats do, and that's the location. It just presses the vital organs there. You know, what it also does is that it causes increased insulin resistance. Okay, if you have more visceral fats, yeah, the body is going to produce this protein called rectinobinding protein 4, also called ROBP4. Okay, so visceral fat it's not good. It's not good for the body. It's not healthy at all. It's more dangerous. And also, due to the location, you can see the location of the fat. This is the liver here. This is the fat. It's also cause the liver can turn this fat into cholesterol. The liver can turn this fat here into cholesterol, and that cholesterol is going to travel along the arteries, and this is going to narrow our blood flow. It's going to narrow the circulation, you know, and this is not good. It's going to cause plaque. It's going to cause clots. Blood clots, which can travel, is going to cause high blood pressure, is going to cause stroke, you know. So visceral fat is not something that should be joked with. Okay, and if you have any question, if you want to add something, please leave it on the chat and I will go through the questions. So remember that we're talking about hidden fats, which most people with that are slim in stature, everybody has visceral fat. Everybody has fat in their body, but some people tend to have it more than others. And the point of this presentation is to you know, tell people that you can be slim and have visceral fat. You can be slim and unhealthy. So we move on to the next screen. Again, news flash. Yeah, I was just saying that you can have a flat tummy and still have visceral fat. Okay, you can see this. This is another image now, again, of this is the subcutaneous fat. This is the subcutaneous fat, which is not as bad as this fat here, which is very close to our vital organs. This is the abdominal muscles. If you do surgery to take out fat, this is the fat that is going. This is still there. And look at this picture now. Imagine if all this fat left. It will look like this person has a flat tummy, but mind you, there's this, the bad one is still there. Okay, again, this is another picture. This is the subcutaneous fat is here and is here as well, and then this is the bad one. This is what we don't want. So being slim does not mean you don't have it. It just reduces your chances of having it, and you still need to workout. And somebody said, what if the tummy is just big and there is no fat? How can the tummy just be big and there is no fat? Yes, some people have lost weight. Yeah, some people have lost weight and they've got this what's the word? This kind of flabby skin. They've reduced a lot of fat. Yes, there's a situation like that, but the fat that we are talking about now it's not even that one. It's the one that is in our organs. It's around the organs, and the one that they've lost. I was talking about the liposuction just now. The fat that they've lost is subcutaneous fat. However, the fact that you have lost fat at all reduces the amount of visceral fat that you have. So you can have a big tummy, and not have that much visceral fat. It's possible. Maybe you've got loads of fleshy skin due to weight loss or anything. That's why when they're even doing the liposuction, they tend to kind of sculpt the body, you know, just to remove the fat, remove the excess flesh as well. So moving on, thank you so much for that. People are gonna ask, how do I know if I have this visceral fat? You know, is it something that I would just know? Obviously, you can't see it. You can have a flat tummy and still have it. So you can know through MRI scan, but that's pretty, you know, not everybody will just go for MRI scan. It's expensive, you know, but one thing, another way is the waistline measurement. So the bigger your tummy, the more at risk you are. That's the best way I can say it. The wider your waistline, the more at risk of subcutaneous and visceral fat that you have. Yeah, it just says the more total body fat you carry, the more you will be storing visceral fat. Okay, I will move on now. Moving on, yeah. For people who are slim and believe that they don't need to eat healthy, and not exercise, this message is for you. Diet and exercise, these are evidence-based theory. They are effective for reducing visceral fat. They are very effective, diet and exercise. Remember, we said it just now that even if you go and do a surgery, brethren, brother, sister, whoever you are, it's not going to take the visceral fat away. It's still going to be there because the surgery does not pierce through the abdominal cavity. It takes the fat from the surface. So you still need to do your diet. You still need to do your exercise. And I've seen people, I know people who've done this surgery. You see, they're even more conscious of their health. I find that very interesting. I know people who you encouraging before, oh, you need to lose weight, you need to diet, you need to exercise. You can actually lose a lot of this weight through diet. And they go, no, I'm too tired. I can't do it. But then when they go to wherever to do the surgery, they come back, you see they are more active. That's because the doctors told them that if you do not be strict with this new body that you have now, you're going to be in more trouble. Like I said earlier, there is research that people who have done liposuction tend to have 10% more visceral fat 6 months down the line. However, that can be prevented and or managed through diet and exercise. Every research that I read said the same thing. It can be managed through diet and exercise. And even if you haven't done the surgery, you just want to lose your body fat, both the visceral and the subcutaneous fat, diet and exercise is the way to go. Okay, regular exercise. You know, people say, oh, why do you like exercise? I like to exercise because it boosts your mood. You got this release of happy hormones, you know, and exercises reduces the risk of acute and chronic illnesses for you, regardless of your body size, regardless whether you're trying to lose weight. The point now is staying healthy. That's the point. You know, exercise strengthens the heart muscle. Remember, we're talking about people who walk from here to here and they're panting, they're breathless, they're short of breath. That's because the heart muscles, also called myocardium, they are not strong enough. And if you are somebody that exercises, you know that the first day you exercise is a bit hard. The next day, oh, you're all right. The third day, you're actually enjoying it. You are not finding it as stressful as it was on the first day. It's the same with our body. It's the same with our body. The more you exercise, The more strength you have, the more strength your heart muscles are, you know, and then your immune system as well is strengthened. You know, some people, they don't fall, it's not like they don't fall ill, but they rarely fall ill. They rarely fall ill, you know, where you see some people always going to the hospital. Yes, some are genetic, some, you know, it's not like nobody likes to go to the hospital. But the truth is, regular exercise strengthens your immune system. You are less likely to go for hospital visits, you know, and regular exercise, regardless of your size now, it also detoxifies your body, takes the toxins out. Okay, and then to reduce this visceral fat, you also need to eat a healthy and balanced diet. Eat a varied diet. If you are the type that, you know, excludes food from your diet, if it's working for you, so be it. But it's advised that you eat a wide range of diets. You have your protein, your carbohydrates, your vegetables, your healthy fats, you know, and then another way that we can reduce this visceral fat and subcutaneous fat is to reduce our stress level. It's not easy, you know, times things are hard. You need to work, you need to go to this place, you need to do that. You've got young children, you've got family that you need to manage. It's not easy, but there's what's called self-care. You need to look after yourself. If there's anything that you can do to reduce your stress level, do it. Good night's sleep is not everybody that has the luxury of sleeping for 8 hours, but whenever you can, just close your eyes, just relax. Let your body, you know, kind of rejuvenate. Just to relax the body is good for your body. And then limit alcohol intake. Quit smoking. You can get support for all that from your GP, depending on where you live. Okay. And thank you so much. Thank you for the love, guys. I can see. And moving on again, let me see. Where are we going to now? Oh yeah, I think that's that's about the end really, because I don't like my videos to be too long. Just to conclude that being skinny does not equate good health. The fact that somebody's skinny doesn't mean that they don't need to do exercise. The fact that you're skinny doesn't mean you don't have to eat healthy. Eat your vegetables, you know, prepare your healthy meal. And yes, you can argue that heavier people are at higher risk of chronic illnesses. Likewise, thin people, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't go for a walk, if you don't make those healthy meals, if you don't take the time to exercise, you are at risk as well. Okay, so go for a walk, eat healthy, manage your health, go for checkup. Self-care is very important as well. And try to reduce your stress level. Sorry. Yeah, that's what we're concluding on. And for more information, if you're worried about your health, because there are some people now that would think, oh, does that mean I have a lot of visceral fat? Yes, you could speak to your doctor. You could, you know, go to your doctor. You know, it's not easy to see your GP these days, but you could try to get an appointment if you're worried about your health. The doctor, your nurses are the best people that would advise you about your health. And then you can request a blood test, depending on where you live anyway. But you can request the blood test if you are at risk, if you think you're at risk. And what are those at risk measures? Like when you're over 40, your genetics, if it is something that runs in your bloodline, you know, chronic illnesses, then you're more at risk. And, you know, there's evidence that certain races have certain illnesses more. So yeah, you can go to your doctor, speak to your doctor, always look after yourself, people. It's very important, because the measures that you take now, it doesn't matter how little, it's going to have a positive or a negative effect on your body in years to come. If you can, why don't you take care of yourself? If you can, why don't you go for a walk? If you can, why don't you swap that very unhealthy meal? Yes, there are times where we treat ourselves. Christmas just gone by, we had a lot to eat, we had a lot to drink, you know, that's fine. But if you can, why don't you start living healthy now? Please, people, love yourself. Change your ways if you think you are not doing what you should do, and take care of yourself, people. For more information, please visit credible websites. You know, always visit credible websites. And don't forget to visit our website, www.divinelyclassic.co.uk there to order your health and fitness wear. We post to Europe, we post to we're in UK anyway, we post to America, we post to Canada. We have a lot of stuff for you that you would love. Visit our website and please share this video. And thank you so much, people, for joining, and have a nice afternoon. Thank you, Facebook. Bye-bye.